Have you ever had braces? Yes. And I have food stuck in my teeth. Great. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Kathleen, and today I'm going to be doing a half hair tutorial on how I curl my hair, and also another get to know me video. I realized that the first one was a bit short and there was a lot of things that I wanted to share as well, so I'm gonna do the second half of that. I wanted to combine both while I was doing my hair and answering questions at the same time, but I realized that it was a lot of work and I couldn't juggle between the two, so I'll just have that towards the end of the video. And if you want to just go to the get to know me, you can just skip to the time here. And yeah, if you're interested in getting to know how I like to do my curls, whether it's with a straightener or a curler, then, or if you're just bored and you want to support me, then keep watching. So I also filmed a video on how to get this makeup look, and if you're interested, make sure you subscribe to this channel and give this video a big thumbs up so I know you're interested. What I have here is my 1 1/4 inch curling iron from Mint Tools. I'm gonna turn that on to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So my hair is really thick, so I usually section it from the lowest, middle section, and then the top is a little different to work with because it like shows up the most. So I'll section this first. This usually gets the most attention. So I've literally got 2 sections here. I guess I sectioned it too much. So right now I'm doing the left side of my hair, and I like my curls to go away from my face. Take about, I'll just split this up into bigger sections, smaller sections. So holding it with the clamp on top, clamp it, and then you can see that when I curl it, it's gonna follow the same motion as the clamp, if that makes sense. So I clamp, I'm gonna turn it a bit, release. I'm just gonna let it sit in its curl for a bit. But again, clamp on top. Or you can start at the bottom. Actually, I haven't really found the difference, but maybe it's preference. After this though, like I never leave my curls like this, but I'm gonna let it sit and then brush it out after. To make sure that it is curled. Clamp facing up. I'm gonna do your twirl. And it doesn't matter so much about the top half of your hair because that will be covered by your other lengths. So I'm gonna go in with my next section. And this, I usually like to swap places. Push this to the back and bring my straight sections forward. And then the pieces that are closest to your face, you want that to frame your face. I don't like curling it inwards because it kind of like closes in my face, and I don't like the way it looks. And then from here, I wouldn't do any too close to the face, but at this point you can start adding in some directions of curls. I can show you how to do that as well. After I go through the little tutorial bit, I'll jump right into the second half of the get to know me. This is a bit more away from my face now, so I'm going to go in with an inward curl. If you wanted an inward curl and you have the clamp facing forward, you're going to bend your hair in the opposite way, as opposed to if you face your clamp frontwards and you do an outward curl, it follows the flow of the iron, right? So now because you're doing, see, it bent it. That's what I messed up on when I first used this and I didn't know the direction of it. You want to face your clamp to the back and then curl inward. See, now it's going in the direction of the iron. So this is an inward curl. Okay, so that's what it's looking like so far. I will definitely brush it out at the end. And as I'm doing these sections now, I'm also going to just be alternating in and out and answering questions. So what is my biggest fear? One of my biggest fears is trypophobia, and that is the fear of holes. I get goosebumps even just talking about it. I think what triggered it was one time when I was in high school, I was walking at night and there was like a black blob of something in the middle of the sidewalk. And the blob was about like this big. And as I got closer, I came to see that it was just like ants. It was all ants, and there was just like so many little of them, and they're all crawling on top of each other, and it was like disgusting. And I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. So I think that's what triggered it. And then the thought of the ocean scares me, because when I was, I think 13, I almost drowned in a pool because I don't know how to swim. I took the deep end test, and I stopped like 3 or 4 times. Like I couldn't swim, and the lifeguard just let me through. This was at Christie Pitts, and she let me through. So I got into the deep end, and I was like, no, I'll just chill here with you guys, with my friends. And they went first, and then they were like, Kat, come, like it's fine, like we got you, I'll hold on to you and all that. And then, all right, I'll come. And so I swam over to them, and I put my weight on them because I couldn't hold myself up. And then eventually one of the girls goes, I'm tired, and she like whips back, so she like whips me off of her arm, and I start falling, and I start going down, and I panic. And I've never been in a deep end before, so I was like, all right, get to the bottom and push yourself back up. No, that is not what you do. And I started panicking because I was like, I can't get to the end of this pool. So I started freaking out, and when I was able to like get my head out of the water for a little bit, they were laughing. And that really traumatized me. And how did I live? One of the girls that wasn't swimming with us, sitting on the side, and she told me, she was like, she's drowning, and then she came and she saved me. So I owe my life to her. Yep, Michelle, if you're watching this, thank you. But yeah, I stopped being friends with them. How could they do that? It's just like, it was so traumatizing also to see them laughing while I was literally drowning. I think, in a long story short, people who are motivated, who are independent, who strive for excellence inspire me, because it makes me want to do better, and it motivates me. Favorite physical activity. I enjoy going to the gym. I like doing weights. Cardio machine doesn't excite me that much, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Ow. My favorite quote? For a while it was, you do you, because I had this mindset where I just like believed that everyone should just do what they want, because, oh, I'm at the last section already. People are gonna judge you whether you do well or you don't do well in life. They're gonna judge you if you're happy or sad. So why not just do whatever you want, right? They're gonna say stuff to you anyway, so why not be happy with your choices instead of trying to make other people happy, right? So for the top section here, I do almost all away curls. But I don't like it to look too uniform, so I'll throw in like a small away curl, maybe at the back. I'll do an away curl, and then I'll do a forward curl, whatever we're calling it. I don't like it to be too curly, perfect. Almost like a wave. But I'm still learning how to do that. Like so. What is your favorite scent? Ooh, for a really long time, I love grapefruit scent. There's a really, really nice one that I bought that was yuzu grapefruit from Shoppers, and I didn't buy it for myself, so I really, really regret that. Oops, didn't want it to be too curly. I love what it smells like after it rains. I don't know, the air just smells different. I also really like chlorine from the swimming pool. Like at my high school, I used to love going down to the basement because that was where the pool was, and it just smelled like chlorine. Do you guys have any weird like favorite scents? It's weird because I'm just talking to myself. I also have a least favorite scent. The smell of the bus when it rains. Are you a good cook? I'd like to think I am. I do like to consider myself a good cook. Like, I've had my baking fails, but I like to think I'm good at cooking, and I enjoy cooking. Maybe that's another thing. That's a perfect example of what I said in my last video about not necessarily being good at things, but liking to do it and also claiming that I'm good at it. Yeah, I really like cooking. Even though I'm not the best at it, I like doing it, and it's usually edible. I like making like the homemade like burgers and tacos and stuff and meatballs. Also, to add on to my allergies from last week's video, I realized I never mentioned that I'm lactose. And some people say all Asians are lactose, but I just like feel like it intensified over the years because before I thought I was just like sensitive to it because if I drank milk my lip would get a bit red and sensitive, but after a while I started drinking like whey protein and with milk and without milk, and it was not my thing. I'll take another section from here, and what you want to do is curl away from your face. So curl first. I usually do one spin and a half and then pull out. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, so I'm gonna blend these together, and I'll just take those two pieces and I'll curl it back together very lightly. Like so. So again, take like a bit of chunk of hair and lift it off of the roots. And then it does that. And lastly, if you do want that extra volume, just go in with a bit of pieces here, but just lift it off of your root. I'll give you a bit of volume. So the hair video got a little bit long and I didn't get a chance to go through all the questions that I wrote as well, so here's a little bit like PS, get to know me. Do you drive? Yes, I have my full G license. I can't say that I'm good, but I do drive. I think anyone who has ever been in a car with me can tell you a funny story. I don't know if I'm proud of that. What did I do in school? I just graduated from the 4-year Ryerson Early Childhood Studies program. I used to work at Kumon, which kind of sparked the interest of working with kids, and I pursued it after taking a year off. And then after 4 years, I kind of realized that it's not exactly what I want to do, so I'm going to pursue hair school in the next couple months if things go back to normal, so I'm excited for that. What is your bubble tea order. 100% always, unless it's unavailable or I've had it too much, the winter melon tea latte from Coco's or Gongcha with like fresh milk latte or something. And I'm not a huge fan of tapioca unless it's Wonzo's tapioca. Not a huge fan of their bubble tea though. And also what scares me is bugs. I can notice if something is not supposed to be there, so now I get really paranoid and I like really stare into it. Actually, one time, story time. So one time it was like 3 a.m. and I opened the door and a centipede like ran under my cupboard and I froze and I freaked out, and then I like glanced in between where there was a little gap and I saw it run through, and then I just froze and I was like, well, I'm not gonna be able to find it because it ran behind like a big cupboard that I can't move, and what could I do, right? So I went to brush my teeth and I was like, either I kill it or I see it leave my room. That's the only way I'll be able to sleep tonight. So I came back and I was like peeking through it, like maybe it ran between all of the furniture and I can see it maybe under my bed because it's a loft bed. And I stood there for a really long time, and then I went back to the little area where it went, and I was like, maybe I'll pass through like some space there. And I was staring and I was like, hold on, there's a little thing on the wall that didn't look like it belonged, but also I don't look into that space a lot, so I was like, my eyesight is also very bad. It's bad, but it's good. Okay, I realized I wasn't looking to the camera the whole time, but essentially I looked and I realized that it didn't look like it was supposed to be there, and I wasn't wearing my glasses, so I like kind of zoomed in really slowly and I looked and I was like, holy shit, it's right there. It went up the wall instead of going around and it stopped. And I was like, the nerve this thing has. So I called my dad and I told him to kill it. Yeah. What is something I can't live without? If you guys know me, pause the video and put in the comments down below if you think you know what I can't live without. To my 3 friends. But essentially it is the Carmex lip balm. And I discovered this last year, and I've been using it non-stop since, and I've bought about maybe 12 of these, like many packs of 3s for these. Currently in my immediate surrounding on my table, I have another one on my bed, and before I would have one in my jacket, one in my backpack, so that I could never ever go without it. And if one day I realize I've left the house without one of these and I don't have it, I will just go buy a new pack. Not just one, I would just buy a 3-pack because I know I'm gonna go through it. I went skiing twice and I'm not good at it. The first time I went was really fun and I did a bunny hill and blah blah blah, and then we went on the hills. I only did the green one, but that's fine. But I went a lot of times. It was really fun and we went for like 4 hours non-stop. And then the second time I went, I was like, yeah, like I went skiing and it was like at Lake Ridge and it was so good. I'm okay, like I can do it on my own. And then when I got to Blue Mountain, we did the bunny hill and I couldn't do it. Like I like forgot how to do it. And I thought that moving the skis, I had to move my leg, which scared me because I couldn't move. And then I realized it's like on the hip. I don't even know if that's true, but yeah, I like didn't know how to do it. And then we took the lift and I only took it once and I was so scared. It was so high and I didn't realize how high it was gonna be, and I was terrified. And then 3 of us went up the hill, and one of my friends just went down. He kept falling, but he still went down. And then another one was a more expert at snowboarding, so he actually went down like 4 or 5 times before I even finished going down once. So I went down a little bit and immediately after a couple of seconds I stopped. I threw myself on the ground and I stopped and I went onto the side and then I walked a little bit and then I went again and I it was just going so fast that I didn't like it, and I don't like roller coasters and don't remember it going so fast. So I went really fast, and I feel like I almost flew myself into the trees because I made a really big turn and I got really close to the trees, so I just threw myself again, and then I walked a long way down the hill until my friend came back, and he stayed behind me while I was going down. And the whole time I went down, I was just like, if you ski, like you do pizza to like slow down, so you put your legs like a triangle, and I was like, pizza, pizza, pizza. It was very fun though. I want to do it again, but I don't want to waste that much money if I can't go down. At least not Blue Mountain. Like, it's too expensive for me not to only go down once. Thanks for watching this video with me. I hope you got to know me a little bit more and enjoyed the hair tutorial that I did. If you guys have any questions on the wand, I'll actually link it in the description box below. If you guys have any questions, comments, or any video ideas for my next video, please feel free to comment down below and I'll make sure to check it out. And with that, I'll see you next week. Bye!